What is your secret that you can't tell anyone because it will probably ruin your life? 1. I left my job at an electronics manufacturing company in 2002, but they continued paying me my full salary, including all incremental raises and annual bonuses until they offered me a very generous redundancy package in 2022 due to departmental restructuring, including an £85,000 lump sum contribution to my pension fund. I even got the quarterly magazine and annual Christmas card sent to me. In March of this year, 2023, I got an invite to the 75th anniversary of the company, went along, had a great time at the free bar, and nobody realized I hadn't worked there for over 20 years. You've got to love a good administrative error. 2. I have a bad back and from time to time it goes into a full spasm. One day I was getting out of bed, and as my foot hit the floor I went into a full spasm. I have no idea how, but a perfectly formed turd fell out the leg of my shorts and landed on the floor. Due to my spasm, I fell and landed right in the poop. The commotion woke up my girlfriend at the time, and she ran over to check on me. I blamed the dog. I've never actually told anyone this before. 3. That I don't really have imposter syndrome. I'm actually a fraud. 4. The story everyone knows is my boyfriend and I voluntarily left our place of work because our relationship went against the policy, and we valued our relationship more than our crappy jobs. The truth is we got caught effing in my car before work, and left in order to avoid repercussions. 5. I once jacked off to a picture of George W. Bush's bulge when I was like 12. 6. I hid the extent of my alcoholism from everyone since I was 15. I'm now 35 and 8 weeks sober. No one knows I'm sober now as they've never known I had an alcohol issue. 7. All my passwords are the same word with different combinations of numbers and punctuation marks. 8. I'm 40 and my parents have no idea that I never actually graduated college. I went for almost 6 years and never felt like I really knew what I was doing. School wasn't necessarily hard for me, but I just couldn't bring myself to focus or be dedicated to it. My parents were super obsessed with the idea that everyone needs a degree to get any decent job, so there was a ton of pressure and dropping out wasn't an option. So, I graduated in a winter semester and decided not to walk the stage since the December ceremony was always pretty small and I knew they wouldn't think that was weird. This happened to be during the recession in the 2000s, so I had an excuse for not finding a conventionally professional job right after that. Now, I actually have a really good job with a company that focuses on hiring people based on experience, skills, and personality, so it turns out I didn't even need that degree. But I will never tell my parents the truth. 9. About 11 years ago I contacted my estranged father. We had become estranged due to the fact he abused my older sister when we were children. We sent some emails back and forth and I lied that I was doing a college degree and needed help with tuition and costs. He must have sent me about £50,000 in 3 years. He found out it was a lie as he emailed the uni I said I went to, asking for a receipt for tax purposes, and I blocked him and never spoke to him again. That £50,000 was spread between me, my siblings, and my mom when we were in financial difficulties, and I played it off as winning big in an online casino. I don't feel an ounce of guilt, but I'm not sure if my family would understand what I did. The man didn't pay any child support when he and my mother divorced about 12 years before this. So, I feel justified in scamming him. My wife knows and she's agreed to keep my secret. 10. 5 years before my stepdad died of Alzheimer's and leukemia, I noticed he was very quiet in the evenings when I visited him and my mom. I asked him, "Why don't you want to talk a bit more?" To which he responded, "If I don't say anything I can't say anything wrong." I took it to mean that he was afraid of conflicts with my mom, and said that I would want to hear anything he had to say. After he died I realized why he said what he said. I was at a lunch with him when he tried to ask me something but put in completely wrong nouns, nonsense choices, and every time he did that my mom started laughing and said, "Ha ha ha, now you've totally gotten things